Imagine saving the place where you work and your boss from an armed robber and getting fired for it. That's what happened to Devin McLean, who worked at a Virginia AutoZone store until shortly before Thanksgiving. When a gunman confronted McLean and the store's manager, McLean got his own gun. He's an Air Force veteran, from his car, and the robber ran away. But 2 days later, McLean was fired for violating AutoZone's zero-tolerance policy on guns in the workplace. Devin McLean is here to tell his story this morning. Good morning, Devin. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. How you guys doing today?
Okay, you were getting ready to close the store when the robber came in.
Yes, sir.
What was your reaction at that point?
Well, initial reaction is just the shock, you know, like, wow, someone's really coming in here attempting to rob us. Secondly was to comply with, you know, the robber. So he told us to go into the office where the safe is, and from there he made me pull out my cell phone and place it on the counter and escorted me back to the men's restroom. Once I was in the men's restroom, I watched him go back to the front, and as soon as I seen a window or opportunity for me to run out of the restroom, I ran from the restroom to the back door of the store and out to my vehicle to grab my personal weapon and re-entered the store and confronted the robber. Once I confronted him, he pretty much surrendered, threw his hands up, and and.
Did you say anything when you confronted him?
I told him to freeze, you know.
Were you a little worried coming back in the store that you were going to end up in a gunfight?
To a certain extent,
yeah.
But I knew upon re-entering the store that I would have the upper hand because it was going to be catching him by surprise, kind of like how he had caught us by surprise. So it was kind of like the moment that the tables turned.
Yeah. This man had robbed 30 other stores. I mean, there were wanted posters for him, right? Did you recognize him?
I had recognized him because we had been previously robbed by the same suspect. And as soon as he came in, I recognized the fake beard and pretty much his whole image. So as soon as he came in, I was like, okay, I know who this is. I know what he's here for.
So how does the shock then of being fired compare to that initial shock in the situation itself?
Being fired was just a breeze, you know. It was compared to.
It's nothing by comparison to being confronted with a gun.
Nothing at all. You know, being robbed is something that's going to stay with you throughout your life.
Did you know the store's policy? Did you think this was going to happen?
I did know the store's policy, but like I said in the previous interview, I put another person's life above a store policy.
You're still glad you got the gun?
Yes.
It says we have to make sure that we do read the statement from AutoZone. They say the outcome in this incident did not result in harm to either AutoZoners or customers. Unfortunately, there have been similar situations where employees have introduced weapons in the workplace and somebody was injured.
Well, that wasn't the case in this story. I feel like if, you know, any shots were fired, it could have gone a whole nother way. I mean, I can't really tell what would have happened. I could just say what happened, you know?
And meanwhile, you've had new job offers.
Yes, I've had quite a few, a couple in the construction business and a couple in the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
So it's going to turn out okay.
So yeah, it would turn out okay.
Thank goodness.
I'm still looking for that one to jump out at me and say, hey, you know, that's the one I want.
You're contemplating your options.
Yeah, but for now, you know, I have to have some type of work. You know, I got a growing family, so I have to provide in any type of way that I can.
All right, good luck. Devin McLean, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
You.